Yes.
What's that?
Yeah, I just
The mine is disco, disco, disco. I am a disco dancer. This was my favorite song in my childhood. I used to follow Mithun Chakravarti and dress like him all the time. One day, I went to my mother and said, Mother, I am leaving home. My mother got afraid. She thought that I am going to run away to Bollywood to make a career in movies. She said, why beta? What happened? Father comes with me for haircut. This was a big problem. My father used to come with me for haircut and he used to cut my hairs very small. And by the time it will grow to some medium size, he will take me again. And my mother said, don't worry beta, you are a grown up kid. I will speak to your father in the evening. In the evening, at dinner table, my mother started a thread which turned into a discussion and grew to an argument. And my father started talking in a very loud language. My mother started crying. A few moments later, my mother was packing her clothes in a simple aristocrat suitcase and looking like this to my father. As usual with any other husband, my father had to agree to our demands. Next Sunday, I went to barber on my own. I sat on that chair. He cut my hairs only here and charged me, guess how much? Thrice the money. And I was very proud and happy. And I came home dancing. Jindagi mera gana, main usi ka deewana. And the first person I met at home was my elder brother. He asked me how much. Brotherly love, I told him the truth. He pulled me from my hairs and dragged me to the floor. Mother, he has wasted money somewhere else and saying haircut. His hairs are even longer than before. My mother and father took his side and I was never allowed the feed again. With those small hairs, I came to a corporate. There, I met an alcoholic friend who said that he has got many unfulfilled desires and that's why he drinks. I wanted to justify my drinking and this desire of long hairs came handy. I went back home and told this to my wife and gave my head like this so see that she can also pull and throw me to the ground. But nothing happened. I looked at like this, nothing happened. Then I suddenly saw she was sitting in the chair and pulling her own hairs and screaming, where did I get this? Beep, beep, beep. You better keep the long hairs. Friends, I had no option but to give up drinking. My hairs grew and grew. In few months' time, I started looking like a man from Stone Age with some clothes on. On a fine morning, her manners were gentle than morning breeze. In a very soft voice, softer than cuckoo, she said, Honey, I had never heard such seductive voice earlier. I said, yes, darling. We are going to get very rich soon. It was an icing on cake for me. I asked, how? Look at the patch at your head. You have been keeping yourself dirty. With this rate, all your crops will go. Even ours will go. We have no option but to get rich. When hairs go, money comes. She anyway sent me to the hairdresser and asked me to get a lice treatment done. I went to hairdresser, sat on the same table. He looked at my hair, said, son, this is not lice. Someone has played with you. Someone has cut your hairs with scissors only here. If this would have happened in our village, a war would have followed. What kind of man you are? You have come here? And he looked at me like this. A world war followed inside me. I closed my eyes and asked him to give me a clean slate. With that clean slate in my head and in my heart, I came back home. Thereafter, we started living happily forever. Cross. Think what? Until I started drinking again.